Welcome to Bracket Bash, the podcast. We take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 or more, and of course, banter our way down to a winner. I am your humble host, the head bastard, Freddie Fisher, and this is.
This is Kate LaVergne, also known as Paulette Bonafonte, an ode to our special topic for today. My favorite, Jennifer Coolidge.
That is our topic today. We are talking about the great Jennifer Coolidge. She has apparently, from what I understand, American Funeral will be coming out not exactly shortly. It will be coming out soon enough. Where, spoiler alert, she's the one with the funeral is for. So, kind of celebrating her this week. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about a real dead person in Gene Hackman. So, stay tuned for that one. But before we get to today's show, I'm going to explain some rules. Number one is blown a load. Uh, we vote round robin on this show as always, and if you happen to blow your load, if you're one of the first people to go and don't want to be one of the first people to go, you blow your load. It means you're going last. If somebody else blows the load after you, you're no longer going last. You're going directly before them, and so on and so forth. If you do blow your load, as always, you will hear this wonderful sound, and it's always a good thing to hear. After that, we have steal a vote instead of uh, yeah, and after that we have a steal a vote. You're allowed to steal one person's vote one time during the game. You can steal the audience's vote, even though the audience is voting. The audience can't steal your vote, so make sure to keep that in mind. As long as the person that you're stealing from has not voted yet and it is on your turn. This only applies one time during the game. This is a Sweet 16, so it will go into it will go up to the semifinals, but not the third place or the final matchup, as always. Pass to partial. Instead of taking somebody's vote, you were allowed to give your vote away. Pass to partial this week belongs to my good friend Donna Goring. Speaking of Donna, by the way, she is not only going to be on this show as Pass to Partial, but Kate and I are recording a special episode tomorrow for the recasting call, where we'll be talking about the movie Casper, and Donna is the very special guest on that show too. So if you missed her on today's show, make sure to check out that show when that one actually comes out. We're talking about Jennifer Coolidge. 2 to 1 votes. Move on to the next round. I start us off. It is either going to be Minecraft or the Emoji Movie.
Oh,
I was pleasantly surprised with Minecraft. I hated it. Hated with a capital T. Hated the Emoji Movie. Like it's
I don't even.
it,
I don't know why that was. Well, I know why it was a thing. It was cash grab, but there's and her character in it. So I was rewatching some of her like best of clips today to refamiliarize myself, and I get what they were trying to do with her character in the Emoji Movie, and trying to play into her existing stereotypes. But even the face they used didn't fit. It was just bad news bears all over.
I the movie was a little bit too much on the sake of being stupid for me to actually be entertaining. Like if you want to do the Emoji Movie but have a little bit more of a stoner vibe to it, I'd understand it. But it's not Minecraft. Like I was super
It's so
surprised
funny.
on that one, and she played a great role in that one. Had a couple of really funny lines. So I'm gonna go with the Minecraft movie over the Emoji Movie on that one. Kate, Minecraft emoji.
I will definitely be going with Minecraft as well. That has been, since it came out, a favorite in our house. Although I will say I'm getting a little sick of hearing Steve's Lava Chicken every time anybody mentions the word chicken in our household, which happens pretty frequently because my in-laws have a farm and one of my kids peed on a chicken today. So
There's a cock joke in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna touch it.
well, I mean, you could if you wanted to. But
Not
Steve's
on
Lava
camera.
Chicken,
Not on camera.
can't do that on camera, Freddie.
The audience vote. the audience vote in this one, I really should have wrote this down on the board. I did not write this down on the board, so I'm going to have to kind of go through this reluctantly. In a 6 vote difference, Minecraft ended up getting that particular vote, so it gets the audience vote as well. So 3 and out, Minecraft moves on. Going back to the Emoji Movie on this one, Donna rates it 14 out of 16 on this one. Says not a fan of this movie in general. Even Jennifer Coolidge couldn't make it better.
Yeah, I feel like if she can't do it, then
It's
she's so campy. If she can't camp that into existence.
yeah, that's why I'm saying like I would love to see Jennifer Coolidge in a stoner movie.
Hmm.
Like, and don't get me wrong, American Pie, which we'll be getting to later, it has a lot of moments, but there's a difference between American Pie comedy and like stoner movie comedy. So
Yeah,
it
I think one of them does one thing with an apple pie, and the other does something completely
completely
different with
different with an
the apple
apple. Yeah,
pie.
well, not the apple pie, just the apple itself, and an apple a day, there, dear. Minecraft moves on, 3-0 to the next round. Kate starts us off. Kate, is it is it Alexander and the No Good Horrible Day? That's not the full title, but that's how I have it written down because I'm not going to continually say that. Or Series of Unfortunate Events.
I'm gonna go with Series of Unfortunate Events. I really like that movie in general. I actually forgot she was in Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
The audience on that one is going to be agreeing with you in a 5 vote difference off of that one, so still pretty short. I I don't like either one of these movies. I really don't.
Yeah.
And she wasn't really in Series of Unfortunate Events for too terribly long. She's like the white faced woman or something like that.
Yeah, she's more of a cameo. Well, in
Yeah,
a lot of the movies she's in, she's such a character actor that she becomes more of a cameo.
that's more of a cameo. I'm gonna give it to Donna on this one. I'm gonna quote unquote pass the parcel. Between Series of Unfortunate Events and Alexander with Alexander and the No Good Horrible Day, it is Series of Unfortunate Events off of this one. She didn't have anything written for either one of them though, so apparently the movies were not memorable enough to actually say anything for or against.
Yeah, good books, okay movie at best.
I enjoy. I gotta say though, I enjoyed Alexander as a book a lot more than series as books.
Really?
Yeah, but that's because it's shorter and my attention span is just shot. So as always, it is what it is. Series moves on 3-0 to the next round. Audience starts us off. Audience, it is either it is either epic movie or date movie off of this one. I had to put these two together just so one of them would move on. These are the let's go to the audience real quick. Audience in a 8 vote difference off of this one. Audience went with date movie, so date movie gets the audience vote. I I enjoy date movie a lot more as well because it it's funny to have Jennifer Coolidge in date movie because date movie was making fun of American Pie in different ways.
Hmm.
So having something so meta in that kind of conversation is it's really funny to me.
Hmm.
But both of these movies are not good for a majority of people. I enjoyed both of them, but then again, I'm pretty stupid. I'm gonna go with date movie off that one. Okay, date movie or epic movie.
I'm gonna go with date movie as well for similar reasons. I'm also pretty sure I saw a date movie in theaters
you are
on a
the
date with my husband.
you are very few and far between on the people on that one that actually
uh,
did that.
from what I recall, the theater was basically empty, and we didn't watch the movie as much as we did do other things. It was enjoyable nonetheless. Don't get me wrong.
Uh, epic movie falls to the wayside on this one. At number 10 says epic movie. Not really a fan of these spoof movies, but she does play a villain really well. She is the white bitch.
She really is the white bitch.
she she is the white bitch. Date movie moves on 3-0 to the next round. Next up, we have. I start us off on this one. It is either Best in Show or Beauty in the Briefcase. I have not seen either one of these movies,
Okay.
but mainly because Beauty in the Briefcase, I believe, is like a Disney Channel type thing.
Yeah.
Best in Show, I've heard so many good things about it, but from so many people, and surprisingly enough, I've never seen it. So I'm gonna vote for them on this situation, and I'm gonna go for Best in Show because it's uh, again, I haven't seen either one of them, unfortunately, and I will openly admit that. Kate, is it Best in Show or Beauty in the Briefcase?
It's going to be best in show for me. And I would say, since you haven't seen it, that is one I would definitely recommend watching. Even if you're not a Jennifer Coolidge fan, it's a fun watch regardless. But it's very much, I almost feel like it's like her origin story. It's one of her bigger breaks.
Best in Show gets a vote. Audience off of this one between Best in Show and Beauty in the Briefcase in a 4 vote difference. All these are going to be pretty close on this one. Best in Show gets another vote. Every one of these has been 3 and out so far, so we've been pretty good about voting together.
I mean, if you want, I can start a fight. I feel like it's going to come as we get further into
it's
this, though.
it's the entire Philly in you. You need to start a fight. It's just what it is.
Sometimes we just need to throw hands and hot dogs.
We don't talk about Fight Club either. So Best in
What's a
Show
fight club?
Best in Show moves on. Beauty in the Briefcase from Donna. It leaves, but ranked at number 16. So Beauty and the Briefcase was the worst movie according to Donna on this entire thing. Has doesn't it have anything bad about it? She just didn't write anything at all. She just ranked it at
I feel like that's fair.
so
I would probably also put that last.
I mean the really funny part is that out of tallying up all the votes, not date movie, Beauty and the Briefcase ended up getting tied in a looks like a 4-way tie for 11th place. So
So prestigious.
so it did get some votes, just not enough to really do anything. And I'm assuming there's a lot of those people who were like just hardcore Disney fans that just
You would have to be.
yeah.
And like, listen, I love Beauty and the Beast. I'm sitting in front of a 1993 Beauty and the Beast three-dimensional game board right now that my sister got me for my birthday, which, by the way, Jennifer Coolidge and I share a birthday, August 28th. But even I wouldn't budge on that.
Best in Show moves on 3-0. All sweeps up to this point. We'll be right back right after this break. I have my thing somewhere. I guess I don't. I don't know where it's at. Either way, um, I really need to write this part down because I can't remember how it fucking starts the entire time.
I think you read your bank account and routing number out loud.
You know what? That would be, considering what's been happening in the last week, I don't think that would be a good or a bad idea. The I honestly can't remember how that fucking goes. It's the entire thank you to review. Um,
Oh my god, a
oh, it's right.
bang.
It's right there, right fucking in front of me. There it is. All right.
Good job, Charlotte.
Before I became a podcaster, I never imagined that all the requests for 5 stars reviews actually did anything important. I was very wrong about that, but being the bastards that we are, we're not going to expect you to give it the 5 stars with nothing in return. But I'll trade you for it. You send us a letter, a question, or anything else you deem necessary, clean, necessary, along with those 5 stars, will not only give you a shout out on the show, but release your submission live on air. We like to call this our Thank You to Review. If you want to be part of the Thank You to Review, it is bracket BRACKETTY, the number two, then R at yahoo.com to get in. It's a good old email address. It also works if you want to be a guest on any of our shows on the ABC podcast channel. Today's letter comes from Betty. Did not leave a last name, but I in honor of Betty White, I absolutely love that name, so thank you, Betty. Says, "Dear Bastards, thank you for doing this. It honestly brightens my day the after the mess the world is in at the moment. It's good to see people can still have fun while not agreeing." Signed, Betty. Betty did not leave a question. So in honor of Betty, again, love that name. I gave I I brought three of them. Kate, do you want a serious question, a not so serious question, or a completely stupid one?
Oh, jeez. I think I'm gonna have to go with stupid.
The completely stupid question. How would you spell the sound a hairdryer makes?
Hmm. VR, 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 V H H H H H H H H VR, 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 VR. Ow! Because it got hot. And see.
Okay. I'm going to agree with Kate on that one, even though I probably couldn't spell it anyway. Next question after that. Oh, we're going to go with the serious one before we get to the not so serious one. How many fries is too much for a friend to take off your plate before you tell them to get their own?
More than half.
More than half?
Yeah, if
You
they're
are.
gonna. I don't really eat fries. So I only like the really, really crunchy fries or like the tips of the French fries. I don't like the smooshy parts in the middle.
See, we would get along great then because I can't stand the tips. I
You don't
can't.
like just the tip?
I always break off the tips and leave the tips in the bag.
That my one of my friends does that with me. So usually, again, it's like half because then I take all the crunchy parts and she takes all the smooshy bits.
With the same way with pickles with my wife, I can't stand pickles. I love the taste of pickles, uh, like on a sandwich or something. It's the texture of them themselves, like the like a not even a spear, but like a just a round pickle slice on a hamburger. The texture of it bothers me. So I will take my pickles off after the juices are in the sandwich already. So I have the salty flavor to go with everything, but my wife will eat the pickles when I'm done with them because she
Couldn't
actually
you?
likes pickles.
Well, yeah, because pickles are fabulous, and apparently your wife makes good choices. Um,
She married me, so yeah,
I was going with her pickle consumption. Um, couldn't you just use like vinegar?
which is fine. But like, I don't think McDonald's has vinegar.
Wawa out here has vinegar, so you could use vinegar instead for that. But yeah,
But
probably not McDonald's.
see that's the thing though. I'm in central U.S., not out over in the wild country over on the east side. So
That's right. You don't have Wawas. You just have
nope,
a
we
sad
have we
gas
have
station
Casey's.
corn stalks, right?
We have we have Casey's. There's a song out there. There's a Christian band that wrote a song about Iowa. The entire song goes like corn, 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 pizza, 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 corn, 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 pizza, 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 pizza. What's that smell? Corn, corn, corn. That's the entire
Where
song.
are they getting the pizza from, though?
The gas station. Oh, if you're ever out this direction, we have a gas station called Casey's.
Okay.
It's being changed into Mavericks now, but I think they're getting bought out. But uh, which I don't know how because Casey's just bought an entire arena in Des Moines, so our state capital, and people got so mad about them buying it because they've been calling it the same name for the longest time. That people are now calling it instead of Casey's Pizzeria, is Casey Casey's Pizza Arena.
Casey's Pizza. I mean, that's clever.
It's
So an
clever.
arena out
So
there, is it just like 4 folding chairs and a
no,
soapbox?
I think it seats about 25,000. So
That's not too bad. We had like 50,000 at the Phillies game the other night, so that's not bad.
well, you gotta understand that my town is like 12,000 people.
Oh yeah, no, I realize the size. Like we're also New Jersey's the most densely populated state, so
Yeah, above
we're
and
gonna
below water.
need more. What was that?
Above and below water.
100. Listen, we got it above the water. We have it below the water. We
In the
sometimes put
woods.
people. It is like underground. We're so good at putting people under the ground
Yes,
in
and
like subways.
I
Not.
mean, I would just say that's taking care of the trees.
Yeah, we really like promoting agriculture here and fertilizing the earth using organic human-made substances.
Yes, so we're we're not killing any animals or anything. We're just it's a man-made substance. We're not using chemicals. We're just throwing it in there.
If anything, you consider it. Sorry, my baby was very loud. I was just gonna say you could consider it a human byproduct, but I think she got offended. It's okay, my little byproduct. You're okay.
Last question. The kind of silly one. Would you rather nap in a giant warm burrito or between two giant slices of warm French toast?
Does the burrito have beans in it, and does the French toast have syrup on it? Because
I'm
I need to know what's gonna stick in my hair.
I'm assuming both. Both is true. Not they have syrup and beans in it, which I don't know how that tastes.
Syrup and beans.
I
I feel
mean,
like British people probably have figured that
they're
out. And the
they're
beans on toast.
they're breakfast burritos, so I'm assuming, but that have eggs and sausage and stuff in it. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the French toast, even though the idea of syrup getting in my hair is my least favorite thing in the world. But I'm gonna do that because I like the idea that I'm between two items versus wrapped inside of a burrito. I feel like I'm gonna suffocate and die. I'm a little too claustrophobic for that. Like I don't even like having my covers too tight around me.
I think it depends. One, why I'm in either of them. Like, am I in the process of being eaten by a giant or what? Because at least if I'm in the burrito, I don't think I'll be able to see it coming. Because the burrito has closed ends on both sides, so you're gonna suffocate before you're actually eating. Between two slices of French toast, you can see everything that's gonna happen before it actually happens.
Yeah, but with the French toast, you could, maybe you can like tuck and roll on your way out. But with the burrito, you're going down and out basically within the 30 minutes. You've become almost back into the water cycle.
Taco Bell, not a sponsor, could be.
No, such a shame.
Yeah.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Anyway, Betty, I appreciate your letter. I think we took care of the questions for you, so there's on that side. If you want to if you want to be like Betty in this situation, again, Betty has a wonderful name. Send your letter to our email address. Honestly enough, it's the quickest way to actually get to us. It is bracket BRACKETT, the letter Y, the number 2 at the R at yahoo.com to get in. Not only works if you want to be a guest, if you want to write into the show, or if you can be a guest on our show on any of the ABC channel products. Welcome back for the second half of round one. It looks like Kate starts us off on this one. Kate, is it robots or Cinderella story?
Oh, it's Cinderella story all the way.
Cinderella
I do.
story gets. Go ahead.
I would say I did a really sad fun fact about robots, though. When I was in high school, I was in color guard, and one of our shows one year, we used the music from Robots, and the show was called Mechanical Cowboy. It was the worst one we ever did, and we never broke last place the entire season.
Well, somebody had to do it, so.
Yeah, we were used to coming in first, though. That was pretty hard. I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Uh, I thought first was who? No,
Now,
who's on first?
what's on second?
Is that right? I don't know who's on third. So, um, audience, by the way, between Robots and Cinderella Story, it is a pretty large difference off of this one. It is a 14, considering what we've been talking about. It is a 14 vote difference. Cinderella Story gets that vote. I'm gonna go for Robots on here just to be a dick because everything else has been sweeps. And I don't want that shit to happen. So Cinderella Story moves on. Uh, 2-1 to the next round. Audience starts us off on this one. It is between American Pie and Click. Audience, it is a 36 vote difference off of this one. Click did not do very well at all. American Pie, on the opposite hand, is probably one of Jennifer Coolidge's top movies of all time, or at least one of the most notable. But American Pie gets the audience's vote. I have a feeling that American Pie is going to run roughshod through this entire thing. So, I think it is my duty, as the bastard I am, as the head bastard that I am, to steal Kate's vote. And give it to Click. I'm gonna have to, because if not, American Pie is gonna win this. It's gonna end up being like American Pie versus Legally Blonde in that one, and I know Kate's a huge fan of Legally Blonde. So if it came down between Legally Blonde and American Pie, I'm pretty sure the audience would have gone for American Pie. Kate would have gone for Legally Blonde, which means it was going to be a tiebreaker decision coming to me. And then Kate's fate would have been in my hands. And I actually like Kate too much to put her through the really bad idea of Legally Blonde leaving when it got to like the finals or something like that. So I'm gonna have to destroy the hearts of millions today. Kate, I'm gonna be stealing your vote. I'm gonna steal your vote because I like you. Click gets my vote off of that one. Kate, is it Click? Would it have been Click or American Pie?
It would have been Click.
Damn it! See what I get.
Freddie, you're not very pretty, and you're not very bright. I'm so glad we had this talk. that that was probably one of my worst impressions from her ever. And I don't mean a word of it outside of being
The
glad we
really
had this
sad
talk.
part is I'm pretty sure that's going to be the opening drop.
I should have done a better version. Sorry
Damn
to
it!
all of our listeners. I promise I can do a lot better job of insulting you. My baby keeps screaming.
All right. To give Kay some time to take care of the baby situation, Donna, off of this one. First of all, let's go back to robots because I didn't read robots for robots for Donna is actually number one out of the 16 off of this one. She says Aunt Fanny is great. Just that the beeping when she backs up. Then in the end when she fights off bad guys with her bum. So sorry, but number one for Donna is out of the situation. Number one for the audience, by the way, is also out in the situation because American Pie gets uh, would have gotten uh, it got the audience vote for number one situation. It also got number 15 for Donna, so just shy of the last place. Says nope, just nope, terrible movie, and I don't think it was good acting on her part. Maybe I'm being too critical, but I just don't like anything in this movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised American Pie didn't come in last because she didn't have anything to say really about Beauty in the Briefcase. So
It's just such a bad movie.
it's
But she
just
seems to have strong feelings about
it
America.
really
We'll have
is.
to ask
So
her when we do the Casper movie.
yeah, we're gonna have to do that because like American Pie, American. So I do want to make it known, by the way, for everybody out there, whether I would have stolen, I did steal Kate's vote. Whether I would have stolen Kate's vote or not, American Pie still would have lost. So if you're gonna blame anybody, blame Kate.
I take it back. You're not very bright.
So you're a dick. Um,
Eat a bag of dicks, Freddie.
Speaking of Freddie on this one, I get to start this one off. It is either speaking of, by the way, speaking of Kate, is Kate one of Kate's favorite movies off this one? Is either Legally Blonde or Zoolander. So realistically, what I should have done is waited to not stolen click, and then I could have voted for Zoolander and had Zoolander move on.
Oh, I would have been so mad.
You'd been so pissed.
I would have been so angry with you.
Either way, I'm gonna go with Legally Blonde off of this one. I think it'd be great. I enjoy pissing Kate off as much as I can, but that's just because it's fun, and she also knows that I don't mean it to irritate her. She's just a good sport about a majority of things, so I appreciate that. It makes the show go a lot better as well. So, and Legally Blonde is such a dumb. Okay, first of all, Zoolander's a really dumb movie. So if you're going dumb movie against dumb movie, Zoolander is 10 times worse than Legally Blonde. At least Legally Blonde has some really good moments in it, where Zoolander just doesn't. So I'm gonna go with Legally Blonde off of this one. Kate, Legally Blonde or Zoolander?
I'm taking the dog, dumbass. It's Legally Blonde.
Gets a vote between Legally Blonde and Zoolander. It is a 16 vote difference, and Legally Blonde gets that one. So 3 and out. Faces another 3 and out in the next one. Zoolander. See, luckily, the way the way Donna did this is that I sent her the list the way it was going to be portrayed in the actual tournament. So instead of sorting them out and then changing position so it went 1 through 16, she just added the number and the description uh, where it's placed in the entire thing. Which, by the way, makes it a lot easier to me to find.
Oh, I never thought of doing that when I did my little like
So
write-in rankings.
so because I can just go like, hey, it's going to be in this quarter section because this is where it starts off of. So I know exactly. Now, when we get to the final situation, it's going to be different, but I can figure out how we do that later. Zoolander, getting back to Donna right here. Middle of the road one. This is number 11, by the way. Middle of the road one for me. First one is better than the second, but it was stupid entertaining. So there's that. Legally Blonde moves on to the next round. Last up in round one, Kate starts us off on this one. It is either The Spy Who Shagged Me or Down to Earth.
Ooh.
You
I'm
have
gonna have to
all.
go with the spy who shagged me.
I'm about to say you do have all lifelines intact. So
I do, but no, I'm gonna do the spy who shagged me.
Spy Who Shagged Me gets a vote. The audience, by the way, between Spy Who Shagged Me and Down to Earth, in a 17 vote difference, the Spy Who Shagged Me gets a vote off of that one. I'm gonna go Down to Earth on this one. Um, I can't say much about her role in the movie, but I enjoyed this movie more than it should have been enjoyed. Not because it's a bad movie, because it's really not. It's just it had absolutely no press behind it. It you even though Chris Rock is the main star in this entire thing, you wouldn't know it because just you never hear anything about it. If you people who have seen the movie Down to Earth, it was probably the DVD was in the wrong case.
That's very fair assumption.
So that's what probably happened. But it's a it's a Tubi movie. If
Hmm.
I can describe it anywhere else, it's a Tubi movie. It's a movie that it's not B grade, but it's so close that it kind of is, and it's just it. I think it deserves my vote though. Spy Who Shagged Me moves on 2-1 to the next round. Before we do that, Down to Earth, number 13 for Donna. I am not a fan of this movie either. Obviously, it's low on my favorite list. Chris Rock is more annoying than funny. Whole movie is just a little bit much. She seemed kind of mad when she wrote this.
She just has a lot of feelings.
She has feelings. We'll be right back after this break.
Can't show emotion for another hour and a half.
I get to talk to some amazing people on this show. Usually, like, we carve out this time for guests. Kate's not really a guest. Kate's part of the actual channel. She and I have a show called The Recasting Call, and I absolutely love Kate. Kate's been on that show for over a year now. Like it's
Yeah.
and we're booking all the way through next year. So I'm glad to have Kate with me on my side of this entire thing. And to be perfectly honest, she's probably one of the most professional people that we have on the channel, including myself when it involves getting shit done. So I got to give Kate props on this entire thing. But I'm going to introduce her real quick. Kate, how you doing there, dear?
I am good, thanks. And I really appreciate that, Freddie. That was nice of you to say, especially given that, generally speaking, I don't know what that really says about everybody else because I 100% of the time have audio issues and I'm usually at least 3 to 5 minutes late because I'm trying to fix them. But today it was just a connectivity issue. Unfortunately, Comcast has been uh, up and down in our area today. I don't know why.
It's one of my favorite positions to be in, up and down.
At the same time,
I mean,
the Kama Sutra is supposed to be more than just a leaflet.
there's there's some yoga involved, but yeah. There's anyway. Kate, by the way, is also she's getting yelled at right now.
Sorry. I have been trying to put this baby to sleep for 2 hours, and the Eagles game, I think, just hyped her up too much.
Well, Eagles would do that. Did they win at least today? I didn't catch the score.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, they won. It was so good. It was such a good game.
I saw the Bears lost today. My okay, the college team, local college team here in town won. Cyclones won. Hawkeyes won. The only team I was waiting on was the Bears, and the Bears got slaughtered today.
Oh, that
It was
stinks.
almost a perfect weekend for football with me, but I can at least live vicariously through the Eagles. I have a lot of friends of mine who are Eagles fans, and I have no idea why because I'm in the middle of America.
This is the greatest team ever.
It's I do think the Eagles have taken the moniker of America's team away from the Cowboys and the Packers at this point because
I mean,
I don't know a single person that isn't that that excludes the Cowboys fans. Because Cowboys fans, I don't deal with Cowboys fans like
mm,
at all. They're just a majority of them, 90% of them, are about whiny little bitches. Now, coming from somebody whose football team hasn't won a Super Bowl since they've been alive, pretty much, except for like 8 days. Okay, so coming from a Bears fan who hasn't won a Super Bowl since uh, January 28th of 1986. and telling Cowboys fans that they need to win a Super Bowl to get back in contention to anything shouldn't really be a thing because at least the Cowboys have won Super Bowls since then. But
Oh,
I don't think I've ever met an Eagles fan that I don't like.
we're very lovable people.
Yeah, and you're
Unless
right.
you
It's
are a
like great.
Cowboys fan, though, because I will say, after the game today, they were doing the post game coverage, and not only could you hear the Eagles fans screaming the "Fly Eagles Fly" song, you also kept hearing them scream "Dallas sucks" over top of the sports commentators who had microphones. We're lovely people, unless you like the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
By the way, if you are laughing along with Kate, she is also a stand-up comedian. She does shows once a month, I believe, at a place called Somewhere Else, which is one of my favorite names. I'm a huge fan of names when it comes to stuff. One of my favorite podcast names is a podcast called Mass Debaters, where they debate things. Um, the the simplest, even though I don't like the show, I do like the title of it. Mainly because it sounds like syphilis, and when I told the person that it sounds like syphilis, she got mad at me because apparently she didn't realize it, and it completely ruined ruined the aesthetic for her. So, but having a name called someplace else is just fantastic.
Oh, it cracks me up. Even and I've been there. What it is I host our "Don't Call Me Shirley" comedy show there the last Sunday of every month. It's in Waterford Works, New Jersey, and I've been doing that for 2.5 years, and I still giggle when I make our flyers for that. I will say though, if you do want to see me performing, you don't have to go to someplace else. You can go elsewhere. Just check online, my Facebook, Instagram, etc. I do post updates on different shows I'm doing when I'm booked elsewhere. Right now, I don't have anything new up besides that show between now and November, just because I'm taking it easy because I just had a baby.
So it's not someplace else. It's somewhere elsewhere.
It's someplace else.
Yeah, but it's you can't
It's elsewhere. Yeah,
you can find
someplace
her
else is
elsewhere.
somewhere else.
Else.
It's not where well, what's weird is actually someplace else technically is in Waterford Works, but most people call it Atco, so it really is somewhere else besides the place that it really is.
One of these days, I'm gonna make my way out there and uh, visit this place just because I've heard so much about it. So hopefully, it's
It'll
gonna be on a night where Kate's actually doing something. So
you'll feel right at home. It's in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, so there'll be like four other people there, and that'll be like half the town you're from.
oh,
And it'll be great. One of them might even be wearing overalls. Sorry, I'm wrestling the baby.
it's all right. I can tell. That's why I'm appreciative of the actual camera angle being up instead of down because
Yeah.
we're not rated for that.
No, I just keep kind of trying to duck her off screen.
There you go.
There we
Pacifier. I am your host, Freddie Fisher, and I get to not only host this show, but I host other shows. Number one, of course, is we're casting. Number one, of course, is Bracket Bastards. If you don't know what Bracket Bastards is by this point, I apologize, but you're probably going to have to listen to the end to figure out who's going to win, especially because our number one winner, our number one in the entire. Are you having
I'm
issues there, Kate? All right, there you go. Especially because our number one is actually out now. So a new champion is going to be crowned, other than the ones that was crowned on the Facebook audience vote. On Central Booking, it is a pro wrestling podcast where each episode we go into a new subject and we kind of you can call it fantasy booking, you can call it uh, armchair quarterbacking, you can call it anything you want, but it is wrestling fans talk about wrestling as an actual wrestling fan. So sometimes sometimes it's serious, majority of the time it's stupid, and we just have a whole bunch of fun. After that, we have the Recasting Call, which is a show that Kay and I actually do together. Currently, the Arsenic and Old Lace, it was just released not too terribly long ago. Treasure Planet and Back to the Future was before that, and a whole bunch of other ones, because I think we're up in the 20s now. Coming up, we have Casper, which is the movie that we're going to be talking about tomorrow as we record, but that's not going to be released until the first week of October. The Replacements, It's a Wonderful Life, and Liar Liar. If you were a fan of any of these movies, by the way, make sure to talk to us, because we're looking for some people to help us out on those. Uh, Bastards Backstage is an interview show. Kate's also done this one. It was a very fun interview where we have 20 questions but millions of answers because everybody is different. And the only show that I don't host but is on this channel as well is a show called Dr. P.F. Jeremiah and His Infernal Roommate. I like to call it it's a movie review show with a D&D twist. And look forward to it because I actually make an appearance on that show for the very first time. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Jaw hurts. All right. Welcome back. Looks like audience starts us off on this one. Audience, it is either going to be Minecraft or the Cinderella story. Looks like Cinderella story will be getting that vote in a 7 vote difference. Yep. Gets a vote off of that one. I'm going to go for Minecraft on this one. Just for the simple fact that I'm not a huge fan of the actual movie itself of Cinderella story. I know that she had a bigger part. There you go. I know she had a bigger part in it in the Cinderella story than the Minecraft movie, but I just enjoyed the Minecraft movie more than the. And plus, Cinderella has been done a lot. Oh, I lost my person. Stand by, people. Tech issues, apparently. Hopefully, we'll get her back pretty soon. But Cinderella story gets my vote. It is a tie-breaking decision. It's going to be coming down to Kate as soon as she gets back. But until she does, we're going to go ahead and hopefully do some other stuff. Actually, you know what? Everybody out there, I apologize. It's kind of hard to do this without Kate. I'm not going to do it myself. So we're just going to pause right here, and I do definitely apologize.
first time I've heard it do it today. It's not like the last time where it was doing that a lot.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. Anyway, it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Kate. Though, Kate, is it Cinderella story or Minecraft?
Oh, it's Cinderella's story. Even though to do my next favorite quote from there, I can't because it uses one of the words we're not allowed to use.
I'm gonna have to go watch that movie again because I don't know which one that you're actually talking about. So,
It's the M word. It's about cookies.
oh, there's worse words.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. Either way, Minecraft for Dawn off of this one since Minecraft will not be moving on. It says, "Oh please." Speaking of quotes, "Oh please, don't sue me. Everyone I hit always sues me."
Everyone I hit always sues me.
The way she can deliver a line like that and not crack up is hilarious. I agree with her. In fact, I told her that like I'm kind of hoping that Minecraft didn't win because I wanted to use something that involved that in the title of the show,
Mm-hmm.
like just the entire "Don't sue me, everyone I hit sues me."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like to use uh, clues from the title that correlate with the winner.
Yeah,
So
I get you there.
sometimes I do though, kind of lighten up the mood just to make sure that keep people on their toes. But it is rare. Minecraft does not move on. Cinderella story does 2-1 to the next round. The That was the audience, so I start this one off. It is either going to be a series of unfortunate events or click. Uh, it's definitely good. In a 6 vote difference on this one, as far as the audience goes, or so I'm completely off. Um, I'm gonna go for click off of this one. Again, I did not enjoy the movie series of unfortunate events, and she plays such a small role in that.
Mm-hmm.
I know she doesn't have a huge role in Click either, but I enjoyed Click more than I did Series of Unfortunate Events. So Click will be getting my vote off of that one. Kate, Click or Series of Unfortunate Events?
I'm also gonna go with click on that. It's again, like we said, I've said before, it's for similar reasons. She has a bigger role in it, and it is objectively a better movie.
Audience disagrees with both of us. It is going to be Series of Unfortunate Events with a 6 vote difference in that one. Uh, series of Series of Unfortunate Events comes in at number 7 for Donna, but she doesn't actually say anything explaining the reason why she voted that way. So it just kind
Mm.
of goes out in a whimper. Kate starts us off. Kate, is it Date Movie or Legally Blonde?
Legally Blonde.
Get to vote the audience between Legally Blonde and Date Movie in a 11 vote difference off of this one. Legally Blonde gets that one. I'm gonna go for Legally Blonde as well. If it gets another 3-0, Blonde moves on. Audience starts us off. Audience finishes out the round 2 off of this one, and it is going to be Best in Show or Spy Who Shagged Me in a 13 vote difference off of that one. Spy Who Shagged Me gets a vote. I don't I don't agree with this. It's just the movie's better, but the content with her,
Yeah, I feel like the Spy Who Shagged Me. You're voting for Austin Powers, not for Jennifer Coolidge in there.
yeah.
Versus Best in Show, it's 100% like you're watching that to watch Jennifer Coolidge.
And I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with that sentiment. I'm gonna go with Best in Show on this one. Kate's tie-breaking decision. Is it Spy Who Shagged Me or Best in Show?
It's gonna be Best in Show. Sorry, audience. Sometimes you make really poor decisions, and some of us need to make those choices for you.
Best in Show moves on 2-1 to the next round. We have a final four. By the way, before we get to that final four, Steal a vote and pass a parcel. These next these next two. So the final four situations are the last time to actually use either one of those.
Okay.
Best in show. By the way, actually, let's go to yeah, let's go to let's go to Spy Who Shagged Me off of this one. Donna gave it from 1 to 16, gave it a 12, but again, didn't really write anything explaining the reason why she decided number 12. But it is number 12 off of that one. Final four. I start this one off. It is. Uh, Give me one quick moment. Okay. Starting off with the highest ranked in this entire thing is going to end up being Legally Blonde or Best in Show in this situation. I'm. This is where it gets difficult, to be perfectly honest, because I agree that the two movies that she's most well known for are American Pie and Legally Blonde.
Mhm.
Now she's known for other TV shows like Two Broke Girls and stuff like that, but these are the uh, but Legally Blonde and American Pie are the two movies that she's most known for in this entire situation. But I also got to agree with Kate in this entire situation as well, where Best in Show was much like Alan Rickman in Die Hard.
Mhm.
If you got to have the jumping off point, that's a good jumping off point. So I'm gonna, knowing that Kate's gonna go for Legally Blonde off of this one, I'm gonna go for Best in Show, just to change things up. Kate, Legally Blonde, but Best in Show.
Yeah, I appreciate how well you know me and also your reasons for choosing Best in Show. But yeah, I mean, she even came back and Legally Blonde too, Red, White, and Blonde. She's right there. That's where the hot dog line that I say all the time even comes from. Because you look like the 4th of July or the 14th of September. I think that's what today is. Oh, it
Yep,
comes
it is.
out live, right? Close enough. It
Yeah.
looks like whatever day you're listening to it is. Yeah, Legally Blonde. That was the main takeaway there. Yes.
Gives a vote. The audience agrees with you, and a 14 vote difference off of that one. And yes, today is the 14th. So Legally Blonde moves on uh, 2-1 to the next round. Kate starts us off. Kate, it is either a Cinderella story or Click.
Cinderella story.
Gets a vote from you. Gets a vote from the audience. I'm gonna go with Click off of this one just to be a fancy rascal. Yeah, I gotta. Do you ever go to like famous comedian shows at all?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, and then watch their Netflix specials later on.
Yes.
Do you get major major like deja vu when they're telling their jokes?
Sometimes it depends on the comedian because you have some that are going to do almost the identical show, especially those that have been in the game for longer. It's going to be the same show every time you go. And then there's others that what they're doing live compared to their Netflix um it may be like they're cousins, not sisters kind of a deal.
I was watching one the other day. I'm not going to reveal who it was because one, I don't advertise. I don't get paid to advertise, and two, I don't want to throw shade on this person either.
Mhm.
But we we went to we went to this person's show, and it's almost word for word the same show that we watched. And I'm sitting there going, it's like, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the show when I watched it, and he's really good what he does. But I got about 5 minutes into the Netflix special, and it's word for word. I'm like, I got other things to do.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, when you're hired to do a show as a comedian, generally speaking, you are hired to do the show that the booker has seen.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're like, "All right, we're hiring you to do this thing that we saw you do." Some places are also more specific with what they want to see and what they don't. Some may be open to you doing more crowd work, others may not. Some may want stuff that's a little bit more relevant to now, others may want only what they saw. So, like in my experience, I've had it be a little bit of both where I've been booked to do the exact set that the person saw me do before. And I've had others, which is more often the case, where I've been booked based off of what they saw me do, but they're open to me adding in other things or changing things around. So it really just depends on what your agreement is set up to be, and probably I would assume how famous you are that you get to dictate what you're doing.
Well, and one of the problems with that though, and I don't know if the the bookers realize this, you get like a really famous comedian if you do the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you get you get assholes in the crowd that just will say it before they do.
Yeah, they know that. That's usually you try to make it clear you're not supposed to be interrupting. Again, it depends on the comedian. Some like that. Like I'm one where I'm not famous though, but like when I perform, if someone like beats me to the punch on my own jokes, I love it because this is a chance for us to do something new and unexpected. Um, but that does happen. There are some, there are definitely some people in some circumstances where even local comedians that I've seen perform where I could probably deliver their joke with the same intonation, not as good as them because they wrote it, but the same intonation they use because I've seen them do that same bit of material so many times. Um, but I have to say, I enjoy it. It's kind of like when when you're rereading a book, you might notice things that you missed the first time through, even if you're hearing them say it the exact same way, or you have somebody else jumping in with that punchline. I don't think it necessarily takes away from the experience, but you have to be open minded going into that's what you're looking at.
I don't know. I was just, I mean, don't, I'm kind of glad about it too because it at least let me do something else for the 2 hours that the show was going. Once I realized that, so
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have to pee, you don't feel so guilty.
yeah. Well, the only problem with that is that my it was at like 12 o'clock at night, and my bathroom door, you can see the TV from the bathroom door, so it wouldn't matter. I could
Uh,
still I could still hear it.
you hear
May
it in
not,
your mind. You've seen it so much,
yeah,
apparently.
and I might not be able to see it after closing the door, but I can at least hear it, and it is what it is. Click and Best in Show is third place off of this one. Uh, Past the Partial is off the board, so I'm gonna give Donna's stuff off of here. I'm not gonna read where they were done or like what numbers they are, but um, Cinderella story. She writes uh, something. Okay, Cinderella story. She's just hilarious as the evil stepmother. Uh, she, she seems like such a sweetheart in real life. To play the villain and be believable like she did is just great. And Click, I tend to like Sandler. I tend to like Adam Sandler's more serious movies. This is a good one. It's sad and meaningful. Jennifer did a great job in this one as well. So reading those off, uh, I believe is the audience. Yeah, because Kate started that last one off. So the audience starts this one off. It is either Click or Best in Show for this one. It looks like Best in Show gets the audience vote off of this one. I'm gonna go for Click. I agree with Donna on this entire situation. I think that it's a sad story. It's a sad movie, but it's still a really good one, especially as a dad, because it's Click is a dad movie. Click is
Oh
not
yeah.
something you consider a dad movie when you're talking about dad movies, but looking back on it, it really is because a lot of people, dads especially, are expected to. They're not okay. They're not expected to, but it's been done for so long that it's there that they put work above family, and then 20 years down the line, since they've been working their ass off, and their kids are in college, they they missed everything.
Hmm.
And this movie kind of makes that point. So I applaud the movie for it. I've never seen Best in Show. I'm going to watch Best in Show eventually. Add it to my list of 150 different movies that people have recommended to me. I just haven't been able to watch it yet. Um, but I'm gonna go Click off of this one. Kate, tie-breaking decision. Click Best in Show.
So I love Click as well. I actually have two copies of the DVD in the other room behind me. One was my husband's, one was mine. And I will say it did hit home. So at the time it came out, that was when my dad was still both alive and working. Um,
I
and
hope he was
so because
alive when he was working. That's
well, I mean, sometimes you're a little bit dead inside at work, but no, he was alive and he was working at the time. He doesn't do either of those things now, which is like such a weird coincidence. And he it was very similar in a lot of ways. Kind of reminded me of him and the fact that he was kind of all in on his work. He wasn't an architect, but all in on his work and not really, maybe I think his priorities could have been put elsewhere. At that time, ironically, he and my mom did get divorced. And then my mom married Sean Astin. So like that's weird. Um, but anyway, I really love Click. But I would say because this is a Jennifer Coolidge bracket, and only because 'cause I do like Click more of the two movies, but because we are looking at Jennifer's role within those two movies and the vehicle for her within them, I'm gonna go with Best in Show. However, I think I'm sure we've done an Adam Sandler bracket. However,
yep.
if we have not, I would say Click, if I were participating, would be really high on my list.
Uh, if I remember right, final two ended up coming down to the Waterboy versus the Longest Yard.
Hmm.
I can't remember who won between those two, but
Was I on that?
I don't know. I think it was for Jess's birthday.
If I wasn't on it, I must have listened to it because that's actually sounding familiar.
Nope.
I think it might have been The
It,
Longest Yard, that one.
it was a while back. That was in probably our first 50. So,
Oh, so no, then I wasn't on that. I probably listened to that as my sample episode before I joined.
by the way, for everybody out there, I didn't announce this, and I really should have. This is our 200th episode.
I don't think I realized that, or I would have remembered that we also do this while we're on camera, so I didn't look this way. I could have put a 200 on my face.
Get your
That's
old.
crazy. This is the 200th episode. Oh,
It is. Yes, it's our 200th episode. It started like 150th episode on YouTube. Uh, or actually, it's 149th because one of them, the video didn't
oh,
make it to YouTube, but it's still in as far as order goes, because we started with episode 50, and if you didn't, and realistically, if you wanted to do that way too, I think there's another episode or two that was not a bastard episode, but we've done 150 episodes on YouTube now.
who's ready to discharge? That's amazing. I couldn't think of another more exuberant quote, and I scared the baby sleeping in my lap when I did that.
So yeah, and the next celebration we have is our fourth birthday or anniversary. I don't know how to describe that, but our fourth birthday. By the way, everybody out there, we're not doing a tournament for our fourth birthday. Fourth birthday, we are answering a whole bunch of letters, much
Ooh.
much like we did today, to because we wouldn't have been able to get here without the fans. I mean, we could have realistically, but it wouldn't have been nowhere near as good as it is now. It's that the fans of this show are like the secret spice to to the hot dog in life as far as this, this show goes. So, by the way, as I read the wrong one. By the way, I read off of Cinderella story. I meant to read Best in Show. Best in Show was number 4 for Donna off of this one. It says such a good cast and makes for good entertainment. Click for Donna was number 5, so they're actually back to back. So not bad for being third and fourth place off of that one. Uh, and I already read Click off as well. So finals, I get to start us off, and you know what I'm going to do for finals off of this one. Finals, as always, it is.
Oh!
I'm going to blow my load in this situation, Kate. Is it Legally Blonde or Cinderella Story?
Sounds like the beginning of every sleepover from 2004 to 2008. Um,
Oh, the college years.
high school, but yep. um, I adore her character in A Cinderella Story. She's just such a fun, horrible villain of a person. And I love her obsession with salmon. But as far as movies go, only one of those movies spawned a franchise. And I am lumping Legally Blonde to Red, White, and Blonde along in with this. So I am going to say Legally Blonde. And like many people too, by the way, that movie inspired me. I very briefly flirted with the idea of going to law school, and I even did the practice LSATs, and I got a pretty decent score. And that would not have happened without the bend and snap and Paulette Bonafonte.
Didn't Cinderella Story have like 5 movies?
Not that that Jennifer Coolidge stayed in. It was more just because Disney likes to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, but you said started a franchise.
A good franchise, I should have
Uh,
specified.
yeah, see, I see how you are.
So,
Uh,
so a franchise that Jennifer Coolidge was able to participate in that had the same characters, because also the Cinderella Story franchise, I don't really feel like that counts because it's not the same characters. It's the same recycled story, but it's not the same people. Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray do not make any subsequent appearances either. It's just using the name for clout's sake, and it's an abomination. Um I have no strong feelings about this.
Kate's
In
gonna go.
case you can't tell.
Kate's being Legally Blonde off of this one. I am going for Legally Blonde off of this one. The only reason I'm gonna go for Legally Blonde off this situation though is due to Kate's great ability just to do the impression from this movie, and it always makes me laugh. For everybody out there, the Spaceballs episode of the recasting call, I've mentioned this multiple times, but every time there's like a 5 minute extra bonus at the end of that particular episode of just Kate and Steve going back and forth in different impressions that they do, and it was I wasn't anywhere near the screen when this happened. I had to go take care of some daddy duties. So the interaction between them two of just doing that, it still makes me laugh. And it's one of my favorite episodes because of that. Not only because Spaceballs is one of my favorite movies, but it's one of my favorite episodes because of that. Because it's such unadulterated humor and two people allowing themselves to be childish at the same time, and is great. So I would just you don't even have to listen to the entire episode. I wish you would, but if you just want to listen to that fast forward to the last like 10 minutes of the show, because I think there's some other extra content on there as well. And just listen to that part because it is absolutely fantastic. My vote goes for Legally Blonde. Audience also goes for Legally Blonde off of this one. So I would like to bring something up off of that one because if it wasn't for my vote in Best in Show, Legally Blonde would have had a pearl necklace to go along with that beautiful outfit.
Well, that's okay because pearls aren't Delta News gem. We'll accept it. It is my sorority's gemstone, actually. Fun fact.
I didn't go to college, so and I wouldn't been involved in a sorority anyway. So Legally Blonde gets first place. Cinderella Story gets second. Uh, Best in Show third, and Click ends up rounding out the final four off of that one. The audience vote 1 through 4 would have been looks like American Pie got first. Second place was Legally Blonde. Third was Spy Who Shagged Me, and rounding out fourth place was A Cinderella Story. So, uh,
They put A Spy Who Shagged Me over Cinderella Story?
yeah, I don't. Well, they're on two different sections. That was by the votes.
Oh.
Spy Who Shagged Me ended up beating out. Uh, they it beat out Legally Blonde in the semifinals. So, but Legally Blonde ended up getting more votes throughout the entire thing,
Okay.
which is how that's ranked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, anyway, going back to Donna real quick because I didn't forget about Donna. I just wanted to get some stuff done. Cinderella Story. I already talked about Cinderella Story. I already read that. So, Legally Blonde. Uh, Ranked at number 2 for Donna on this entire situation. Legally Blonde, Legally Blonde, but only the first one. The second one sucked.
I liked the second one. I thought it was fun.
We're gonna have a conversation tomorrow with Donna regarding her pick. She's gonna be on. I'm hopefully she's gonna be on a future episode of Bracket Bastards as well. So make sure to check that one out. Um, that is our show this week, guys. You can find Kate at.
So you can find me the last Sunday of every month at someplace else in Waterford Works / Atco, New Jersey, hosting the Don't Call Me Shirley comedy show. You can also find my books, Mommy Needs Coffee and Hot Mess Express, soon to also be adding in another alphabet book on Amazon. And stay tuned on my Facebook and my Instagram. Those books, or at least one of those books, will soon be available in one of our bookstores over here on the East Coast. And you can also check for updates on shows. So, where to find me if you want to see me performing stand up comedy live. And you can also find me on Spotify with the recasting call with our lovely host, Freddie, wherever you get podcasts.
And of course, I'm your host, Freddie Fish. You can find me at that on Facebook. While you're on Facebook, check out Bracket Bastards, the audience vote, where you can vote along with us every single week. Next week, we are talking about the recently late, but great Gene Hackman in this entire situation. We get his movies. It's another back-to-back Sweet 16 of this entire thing. So we're working on that one as well. The audience vote has already been totaled off of that one, so I apologize if you wanted to vote on that one. You are a little out of luck. But if you want to be on the show, on that particular show, let me know because I think we may have an opening, and I think I need a person to do the actual pass the parcel vote. So if you're opinionated, like Donna is, just that's your way of doing things. So make sure to check that one out. On Twitter, I'm at Fisher777. We're all at Bracket Pod, and on Instagram, as always, you can find me at Can't Lick Me, not one word. I like to leave every single show with a quote. Today's quote is for Donna. Whenever we have a guest person who is not a bastard doing the entire pass the parcel thing, I like to come up with something that involves around a character that has the same name. And this Donna is Donna Sheridan from Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. This is from Here We Go Again. says the best things in life, the very best things, happen unexpectedly. And even though the movie sucked, that's a damn good thing to live by. Have a good week, guys.